Good evening, friends. In the electrochemistry chapter, in the last session, we studied Corliss law. In today's session, we are going to discuss about batteries. What is battery? Battery are a cell that we use as a source of electrical energy. We already studied galvanic cell. In a galvanic cell, the chemical energy of redox reaction can be converted into electrical energy. Generally, a battery contains one or more than one electrochemical cell connected in series. If we use battery for our electrical purpose, for example, light, compact and its voltage should not be very appreciable during its uses. Batteries are classified into two types. They are primary battery and secondary battery. The case of primary battery, it is again classified into two types. They are dry cell, mercury cell and also Daniell cells also comes under this primary battery. And second case is secondary battery. Under this lead storage battery, nickel cadmium battery. First of all, we study primary battery. Primary batteries are non-rechargeable batteries. So, primary battery is a device in which reactions occur only once and after the use, the battery becomes dead and cannot be reused. That is, it produces electric current for a period of time, and with time, when no more chemicals remain available to take part in the reaction, the cell dies. For example, Leclanche cell and mercury cell. The other name of Leclanche cell is dry cell. Next we see dry cell. The dry cell consists of a zinc container which acts as anode, and the cathode is a carbon rod, that is graphite rod, by a mixture of powdered manganese dioxide and carbon. So the space between the electrode is filled with moist paste of ammonium chloride and zinc chloride. Then the cell reactions of dry cell is at anode zinc solid state, it will be liberate 2 electron. So the zinc will be converted into Zn2 plus 2 electrons will be liberated. And at the cathode, manganese dioxide reacts with ammonium ion NH4 plus 1 electron. It will give MnOOH plus NH3. The cell reaction at cathode, manganese is reduced from the +4 oxidation state to the +3 oxidation state, and ammonia produced in the reaction forms a complex with Zn2 plus to give ZnNH3 4 times plus 2 plus. The cell has a potential of about 1.5 volt. Uses of Leclanche cell or dry cell is it is used in transistors and clocks. Our normal battery is known as dry cell or Leclanche cell. Example is mercury cell. Mercury cell consists of zinc mercury amalgam as anode and the cathode is a paste of mercury oxide and carbon powder. The electrolyte consists of a mixture of KOH, that is potassium hydroxide and zinc oxide. Here the reducing agent is zinc and the oxidizing agent is mercury 2 oxide. Cell reaction is at anode zinc mercury plus 2OH gives ZnO zinc oxide plus water and it will liberate 2 electrons. And at a cathode, mercuric oxide HgO reacts with water and it accepts 2 electrons to form mercury, liquid mercury plus 2 OH minus ions will be liberated. And the overall cell reaction is ZnHg plus HgO gives ZnO plus mercury, because the OH will be cancelled and water will be cancelled. 2 electrons also cancel. So our overall reaction is ZnHg plus HgO gives ZnO plus Hg. The potential of a mercury cell is approximately 1.3 volt. It remains constant as in the overall cell reactions. No ions are involved in the solution whose concentration can change during the lifespan of cell. Thus it lasts longer. And the uses of mercury cell is suitable for low current devices like hearing aids, watches, etc. We see secondary batteries. Secondary cells are rechargeable batteries. A secondary cell can be recharged by passing current through it in the opposite direction so that it can be used again. A good secondary cell can undergo a large number of discharging and charging cycles, and two important secondary batteries are lead storage battery and nickel cadmium battery. First we study about lead storage battery. Lead storage battery consists of a lead anode and a grid of lead packed with a lead dioxide as cathode. So what is anode? Lead anode and a grid of lead packed with lead dioxide as cathode. Here 38% of sulfuric acid acts as the electrolyte. When the battery is used, that is discharging, that time the cell reaction will be taken place. The cell reaction at anode is lead reacts with the SO4 2 minus ions to form lead sulfate, and it will be liberate 2 electrons, and at cathode lead dioxide, it reacts with the SO4 2 minus ions from the sulfuric acid plus 4H plus 2 electrons gives lead sulfate plus 2H2O. So the overall cell reaction is lead in solid form plus lead dioxide plus 2 sulfuric acid plus gives what will be the product? 2 moles of lead sulfate plus 2 moles of water will be liberated. Whenever we charge the lead storage battery, current is passed through the terminals from external source. Here the reactions are reversed and lead sulfate on anode and cathode is converted into lead and lead dioxide respectively. One is uses of lead storage battery. Lead storage batteries are used in inverters and automobiles. Type of battery is nickel cadmium battery. In nickel cadmium battery consists of cadmium anode and metal grid containing nickel dioxide as cathode. Here potassium hydroxide solution is used as electrolyte, and the cell reactions are cadmium plus 2 moles of nickel trioxide, that is NaOH thrice, it will give cadmium oxide. CdO plus 2 moles of NaOH twice plus 2 moles of water will be liberated. Whenever the overall cell reaction of nickel cadmium cell during discharging, cadmium oxide will be formed, and then nickel cadmium battery has longer life than the lead storage battery but more expensive to manufacture. Friends, in this video session we study only about battery. Battery is classified into two types. They are primary batteries and secondary batteries. In the case of primary battery we study dry cell, mercury cell, and in the case of secondary battery we studied lead storage battery and nickel cadmium battery. If you like this video, please subscribe my channel. Thanks for watching.